Well, hi there, Sagittarius, and welcome to your channel intuitive forecast from the Gasmic Tarot as we expand on the energies of September into October. This is your forecast end of October, beginning, oh my gosh, end of September, beginning October 2021. I'm getting a little tongue-tied. All right. Sorry for the crude setup here, but we're on vacation. I know. Somebody's got to do it every once in a while. So, we're going to pull up some foundational cards for you, and then we will get some clarification from the smallest deck in the world. This is a general reading, so we're going to ask you to take what resonates and leave the rest. There goes one. Rest for everyone else. Because it is general, you may want to look at the forecast for your moon, rising, or Venus. And if you don't know what those are, there's a link in the description. Just asking Spirit for a couple more cards, and then we'll get started. All right, Spirit, anytime now. If it does resonate with you, if you want to claim the reading below, tell me where you're watching from. I always get excited to see that. Then, well, I guess we're going to read them all. Okay. Alrighty. We got a few cards here. We'll put them out here, just like that. We've got the 8 of Air, the Page of Fire, Justice, 10 of Air, and the 5 of Fire for these foundational cards. End of September, beginning of October 2021 for you guys. And anyway, so if you want to claim the reading or or if it resonates with you, throw a comment below the video. All right. Hey, thanks again for your likes, for your subscribes to support the channel. I really appreciate that as we move forward together. All right. So let's start with this 8 of Air. This is about seeing things clearly. So you might have some kind of belief, some kind of thought about something, the way something's supposed to be stuck in your mind. And it's time to release it, to see things clearly. It's also a time to say to Spirit, hey, Spirit, I appreciate everything that you've given me, and I'm sure that something amazing will come of this, more amazing than I could imagine. Right now, you're not feeling it, and that's okay. You know, we don't always know the reasons behind things, and what Spirit is trying to say here is that there are other things at work here behind the scenes, and trusting that Spirit will help you move forward in a way that is for your best and highest good. All right, we have the Page of Fire, and this is about enthusiasm, adventure, taking action, venturing forth. Okay, so this is about you doing something for yourself. All right, you're free to venture forth. It's not about obligation. It's not about responsibility. It's about you doing something for you. So some of you might be taking a little long weekend or something to benefit you. I call that the cow gun moment, you know. And this is also about acting on new ideas. Ideas are coming to you. When you get that inspiration to take action, to move forward, the doors will open to something amazing. All right. Then we have the Justice card, and the Justice card is about balance and fairness. It's also about karma. And I'm getting for you that there's been a karmic cycle that you're in, and maybe it's something that has been life lessons. And Spirit is saying to me that your karmic cycle of that life lesson is over. It's time to let go and move forward in a way that's going to make you happy. What would really make you happy? You know, and quantifying it in a way that isn't so rigid. You know, I'll be happy if. What? What will make you happy? If you say, I don't know, you got some homework here, honey. Let me tell you. All right. So taking some time, especially since we're going to be in the Mercury retrograde, to kind of write down things that make you happy today. Maybe it's you're listening to your favorite kind of music. Maybe it's vacations. Maybe it's a clean and tidy home. Maybe, what would be the dream? Would it be retiring tomorrow and having a house on the water where the weather is this and this? Write it down. Okay. Also, this is about a karmic cycle. And when I say karma, there have been maybe some folks in your life that have maybe not treated you the way that you should have been treated. And that karma is on them. So we don't need to dwell on that. They will be taken care of and they will get their just desserts. All right. Then we have the 10 of air, and the 10 of air is also about graceful endings. It's about new beginnings. It's about hopeful new beginnings being met. So a new beginning, a time of stepping forward into something new. There's an epiphany. The light bulb goes off. And there's an end to old ways of thinking. We were talking about rigid thinking, and this is your call to stop saying it's either this or nothing. Be a little bit more open to the possibilities, and the door will open to you to more choices. Because when we say it's this way or the highway, we're limiting ourselves, and you don't really want to limit yourself here. You really want to open up the possibility. Let's say you're looking for love, and you can only... and you have this idea in your mind, the guy's 5'10" or whatever. The guy's 5'10" and he's got blue eyes and brown hair and he's this and this and this and this. That's great. But what if you met somebody that was 5'8" and had brown eyes, but was the most loving, beautiful, intelligent, caring, generous? See where I'm going? Okay. So just be open to the possibilities. You also have the 5 of fire, and the 5 of fire is about creative juices going, inspiration. You're brainstorming, you're unifying all the energy around you, and really honoring differences and diversity. See how this contradicts? See what I'm saying? Get rid of the rigid thinking, open to diversity. There you are. Great foundational cards for you. So let's get some clarification as I move these up over to the side. Let's see what we have. All right, just a couple of cards here, Spirit, for our lovely Sagittarius. Oh, my. Anytime, Spirit, you want to drop some cards, I'd appreciate it. Couple more. Thanks. Huh. Okay. Lots of cards. Alrighty. Wow. Yeah, there's a reason we're looking at it this way. Spirit is giving me some direction here. So let's get... Sorry. Again, I'm traveling. This has really been interesting for me. All right. The 4 corners. Rigid thinking. My way or the highway. If you don't... It's about managing expectations. Okay? There's some kind of conflict, and you have to make a decision. The decision involves, for some of you, it's a relationship decision. It could be a love relationship, but it could be any of the relationships in your life. It could be a work relationship or family love, a family relationship where you have to make some tough choices here, and something is ending. The ending coming below the hangman is an ending to that rigid thinking. Okay? The ending here, for some of you, you might decide whether the relationship is worth you continuing to put effort in. You know what happens when this is a tough thing to say. You do the same thing over and over and over and over, and you're expecting a different result? Really? Really? That holds true for picking the same kinds of jobs and following the money and wondering why you're not happy, because you're picking the thing that pays the most. And maybe you're not really following your passion, you're following the dollar. Maybe it's back and forth with the same person or the same type of person, and you're expecting a different outcome. Even meanwhile, you're dating these narcissists. Really? Or a taker, when you really need to be dating a giver. There's this internal conflict that's ending, and there's a conflict with somebody in your life that you have to make a tough decision on. How are you going to handle it? Are you going to handle it the way you've always handled it, or are you going to change your perception about what's going on here and not internalize it so much? All right, I'm continuing on here. All right, so Mercury retrograde, time to reflect, time to tune in to your powers, your psychic powers, the energy, the higher self. You have that opportunity. And if you do so, you're building something. You're building more of a solid foundation here, not only in relationship, but I see something with entrepreneurship, some kind of enterprise that you could be getting into. And there's good news ahead for you as you check your emails and everything that you have in writing several times during the retrograde to make sure that you understand the conditions of whatever it is that you're, the miscommunication, to avoid miscommunication, because during the Mercury retrograde, there is the possibility of miscommunication. So you want to make sure your T's are crossed, your I's are dotted through email and conversation. But there is good news about the possibilities of an opportunity coming your way, something that is going to bear fruit. So something that may give you some money, an idea that you can take action on. Lastly, we have the Queen of Swords. And in this opportunity, or this moving forward, it's time for you to work smarter, not harder. Okay? All right, kids, that's all I've got. Hey, thanks again for clicking that little button to subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you next time. Enjoy the end of September, beginning of October. Take care.